Hello, everyone. Now you will hear a brief summary of the movie, The Shadow. Enjoy watching. In a Tibetan temple lives a cruel and powerful crime boss named Imko. He cultivates opium fields and brutally deals with his enemies and the lives of his servants. This clawed criminal does not value anyone's life, so he orders one of his men to be shot along with his competitors. At night, he is kidnapped from his quarters by several Tibetan monks and taken to a mysterious monastery hidden in the fog. There, in the form of a young man, one of the saints, Tolku, appears to him. Tolku knows the real name of the gangster, Lamont Cranton. Tolku intends to teach Lamont to use his dark side against the forces of evil. The American grabs a nearby dagger of purba, but it spins and slips from his hands. The magical dagger, spinning with force, pierces Lamont's leg and almost kills him. The living handle even bites the man's hand. In the end, Tolku orders Purba to leave Lamont alone so he can fight evil. Americans teach him how to cloud the minds of people. Years later, the drug baron returns to his lair of evil, known as New York. At night, three gangsters are about to throw a poor victim cemented in his feet into the river. Dr. Reed E.M. witnesses the murder of a policeman and a mafioso. Now the mob tries to cover their tracks. Suddenly, a loud laugh echoes from nowhere. The unknown figure addresses the gang leader, Duke. He empties a clip of his pistol, then a Thompson. A silhouette emerges from the shadows, beating the mafiosi and threatening that from now on he will watch his life every moment.
Grabbing him by the leg from the bridge, the shadow demands that he go to the police station and confess immediately. The other two criminals see a man in a hat and cloak, his face hidden behind a red scarf. Frightened, they flee. Using two Colts, the shadow breaks the cement, freeing the three men. A special taxi arrives immediately. In the car, the shadow tells Reed that his life now belongs to him and that he will become his agent. Like many others, he will respond to the code phrase, "The sun shines." Dr. Reed realizes that this is the hero known as the Shadow, who has even been written about in newspapers. The taxi driver places a ring on his finger and orders him never to remove it. The man owes his life to the Shadow. Disguised, Lamont arrives at the Cobalt Club. He is an hour late for a meeting with his uncle, the police commissioner, but the conversation does not go well. His attention is entirely on a striking girl in an evening gown. We learn that after World War I, Lamont disappeared in Tibet for 7 years. The commissioner is obsessed with the Shadow and wants to find and arrest him. Lamont must use hypnosis to convince his uncle that the Shadow does not exist. The girl's name is Margot. She is the daughter of a famous scientist working for the government, and the commissioner claims she is strange, supposedly hearing voices. Lamont offers her a drink and sits down to get to know her. They leave the Cobalt to try Peking duck at a Chinese restaurant. Margot thanks him for the compliment on her dress, but Lamont only thinks it. Laughing, she says that this has not happened to her since childhood. She can read minds, and later admits to his driver that because of her ability, it is too dangerous for him not to meet her. Falling asleep by the fireplace, Lamont is visited by the spirit of Tolku, and the Shadow realizes that something will happen that night. A mummy from Tibet is delivered to the Natural History Museum. The unusual silver sarcophagus bears the seal of the Emperor of mankind, who conquered half the world 800 years ago. This is the silver Grupia Muji, or treasure of Genghis Khan. The guard is left alone with the sarcophagus, and soon it begins to make noises, with locks opening and closing chaotically. Finally, the sarcophagus opens, and a young man in Mongolian attire emerges. In a soft voice, he offers the guard to join him or die. Not receiving the answer he wants, he orders the man to sacrifice himself and shoot himself.
Professor Einhard Lane is involved in energy research under the military department. His assistant, Farley, teases Margot and invites her to see his belt sphere. The girl talks about telepathy and recently felt a connection she had been waiting for her whole life. That evening, she felt the same as Lamont and becomes depressed. Meanwhile, the Mongol uses a taxi driver to crash into a gas station, murdering the telepath in the museum. A policeman at the scene, who also has a special ring, delivers a message across the city via pneumatic mail. Lamont immediately receives an alert, ejecting the taxi passengers. Lamont is transported to his hidden lair in an alley. Through video communication, the hero learns about the museum murder. Unexpectedly, the Mongol appears, introducing himself as Shivan Khan, the last descendant of Genghis Khan. He knows all the crimes Lamont committed in the past under the name Inca. Siobhan Khan was also Toku's student and has the same abilities, but he uses them for evil. He came to New York to finish his ancestors' work and conquer the world. Siobhan Khan wants the famous shadow, Inca, to join him and help drown the world in blood. Lamont is ready to shoot the Mongol, but he disappears into the air, leaving only an ancient coin behind. During breakfast with his wife, Reed hears a radio broadcast, and Lamont appears at his door, whom the Chinese man mistakes for one of the agents. Reed is tasked to analyze the metal of the coin. It is bronze, which according to ancient Chinese legend, was used to create the entire universe and can make an incredibly powerful atomic bomb. A special sphere is needed, which previously did not exist. In his quarters, Siobhan Khan meditates and enters Lane's mind, ordering him to make the bomb. Margot complains to the commissioner that her father is behaving strangely and no one is allowed near him, even his daughter. He suddenly speaks Chinese. Lamont realizes that Reed has fallen under Khan's influence and leaves the scene.
Unexpectedly, he is called Inca. Lamont tries to use hypnosis to make the girl forget him, but it fails. Changing his appearance, he orders her to go to a federal building. The scientist has finished making the atomic bomb and has killed the guards. A Mongol warrior arrives, and the fight breaks out between him and the shadow. Falling from a balcony, they land on a gargoyle. Lamont realizes he must be on top next time. Backup arrives, hiding in the dark. The hero knocks out one warrior after another, invisible through the surveillance. Using a spotlight, they failed to hit him. The shadow emerges from the wall and shoots with his Colts. One Mongol falls, preferring death to revealing Khan's location. The professor with the bomb is kidnapped. Hypnotized, he lures Margot into the lab, enchanting her, and gives her a gun, ordering her to kill Lamont. She arrives at his house and shoots, but hits a mirror. Hearing her name, she comes to her senses, realizing the famous hero is in front of her. Margot asks him to help find her father. Lamont returns to his lair. A Mongol warrior follows him, but Lamont ends up tailing him himself. A fight leads Lamont to his master, who is badly burned in a Chinese restaurant. Siobhan Khan is surprised that the shadow did not kill Margot and he is still alive. Lamont sarcastically suggests Khan see a psychologist. Khan threatens Lamont with the magical Purba dagger, which earlier pierced Toku's heart. Purba still resists Lamont, but using telepathy, he forces the warrior to hand over a gun, which immediately costs him his life. The enemies shoot each other simultaneously, and the bullets collide in the air. Khan flees through a window on a motorcycle with a royal carriage. Lamont ends up in an abandoned construction site. At home, Margot is waiting, ready for romance, but Lamont is exhausted. That night, he dreams of a nightmare. Khan's face hidden under his skin. In the morning, Margot tries to seduce Lamont, telling him about her burning dreams and her intent to follow him. Atop the Empire State Building, the professor tells Khan about the destruction the bomb will cause. A passing sailor mocks Khan's attire and flies down. To complete the bomb, the Mongols need the beryllium sphere with Farley. Lamont tries to beat him to it, but Farley, even without hypnosis, sides with Khan and plans to destroy the scientific center. Farley shoots the shadow and leaves him to drown in a sealed trap. Lamont uses telepathy, asking Margot to help. She rescues him. Feverish, she glimpses his dark soul, but remains determined to interact with Lamont. Khan obtains the atomic bomb and declares himself emperor of mankind, demanding billions to spare New York. Margot discovers that the site was once a hotel, demolished without anyone remembering. Lamont is surprised that Khan made the building invisible to all. Farley uses the professor's vulnerability, threatening him, claiming he could build another bomb any time. The bomb is suspended with a 2-hour timer. The villains plan to escape by plane. Lamont enters the hotel, knocks out the guards.
Khan orders all his minions to find the shadow, including Farley. Alone, Lamont torments him in a nightmare, giving him a chance to escape. Khan jumps through glass and dies from the fall. Lamont finds Shavan Khan, but Khan has tricks, moving floors and the Purba dagger. Lamont dodges, controlling Purba to strike the Mongol in the stomach. The magic concealing the hotel is undone. The professor regains consciousness. Injured, Khan tries to escape through a secret door. Lamont continues the chase. The old man is reunited with his daughter, but cannot comprehend where he is. He tries to stop the timer, but accidentally accelerates it. Another attempt to disarm the bomb causes it to roll throughout the hotel. First, the couple chases it, then it nearly crushes them. Finally, only a few seconds remain, and the old man decides to cut the green wire. He is lucky, as a colorblind person mistakenly cuts the red wire, preventing the explosion.
Meanwhile, Khan hides in a mirrored room, but Lamont breaks it, and a shard pierces the Mongol's forehead. The city's residents gather around the mysteriously appearing hotel. Later, Shavan Khan wakes up in a mental hospital. Using hypnosis, he tries to force the doctor to release him, but it's useless. A part of his frontal lobe has been removed. However, there is no reason to worry. The doctor wears the familiar ring. So the descendant of Genghis Khan is here for a long time, along with Shakespeare, Napoleon, and Josephine.